Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Art Whisper 88. Today I'm excited to open this package. It's a package of watercolor paper that I like to try out, and I got this from eBay. It's I paid about $30 for it. It's a Chinese paper, and it's called Baohong. It's 100% cotton, and I think this is quite a heavyweight. It is 300 grams per square meter, and the measurements are 10.2 inches by 7 inches. So I'd like to give this a try. This does get high marks from several artists who do watercolor, and they have very favorable comments. So I thought I might give it a try, and I have received requests from friends to do smaller scale work to deviate from my usual 16 by 20 size paper and do much smaller work. And I think that would be a good idea. They'd be easier to produce and easier to store and easier to mail because they're little. So let's see. Baohong pure cotton watercolor paper. It's used for watercolor, pen drawing, oil sketch, gouache. It's scrub resistant and can be modified. They misspelled the word modified. A natural white. So I imagine it's not a bright white, but kind of like an off-white, and it has a natural texture. So there's 20 sheets here. So let's see what we got. It's sealed very well. There's several layers of plastic sheeting to seal it from moisture during shipping. So I'd say you would call this a block. Interesting. There you go. I can see this paper is it's almost like a stucco finish. So here's the texture, kind of very pebbly. Let me just check. I see. They give you instructions here to use a razor blade and then peel it off from the corner. Okay, this is a better knife. Okay, I got the first page off, and I noticed that one side is smoother and the other side has a definite pebble finish. See, I'm going to hold this at an angle so you can see. It's quite a rough finish. I think it would be interesting to do colored pencil or crayon on this side, and this would be good for pen and ink. So anyway, so the instruction was to use a razor blade and cut along the edges and then peel this off carefully. I think the reason why this is so tightly bound like a book is to prevent the paper from buckling. Now, I'm not personally not a big fan of taping everything down like some artists do, just to prevent the paper from becoming too wavy. But that is, I guess, the purpose of having paper in a block form like this. It has an adhesive on all four sides, and then it has a little opening here where you insert a razor blade. So anyway, it's an interesting paper, and I do like the body of it. It's very sturdy. So I don't think this is going to buckle too much when I apply a wash over it. So anyway, this is my unboxing. There wasn't any box, but this is my unboxing of Baohong 100% cotton watercolor paper. And I will do a sample, maybe an urban landscape in the next segment. So be right back. Okay, everyone. I've made a quick pencil sketch here on my Baohong watercolor paper. I'm using the smooth side this time, and I'll just quickly show you my reference photo. Now this is a scene from Bryant Park on 42nd Street in Manhattan. And this is a beautiful park that's behind the New York Public Library. And it's a great place to hang out, especially in the warmer months. And I thought it would make a nice urban landscape. And I'm going to do a quick pen and ink first over the pencil, and then proceed to fill it in with my gouache paint. So I'm going to start by breaking down the elements into vertical lines. Now, when you look at the reference photo, it can seem intimidating because it's fairly complicated. But what I do is break everything into lines. So I'm going to start by using this as my guide. And just reducing the landscape into a series of straight lines. And this way it doesn't seem so confusing. And then later what I'll do is, after breaking everything into vertical lines, I start doing the horizontal lines. Now, since this photo was taken with a cell phone, now cell phones have a wide angle lens as a rule, so they capture most of the scenery, but they tend to distort the angles. And that's why in this photo, the vertical lines kind of slant this way, and everything is exaggerated, like the vanishing point here. So I have to adapt this to that. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the horizontal lines. I'm trying to follow the perspective of the buildings as much as I can. Now this building is One Vanderbilt, and it's one of the newer modern buildings, and it has a very unique silhouette. It's like a step pyramid, and it is deliberately designed to be asymmetrical. So it has a very unique silhouette. So this is the roof line of the back of the public library. Now I'm going to freehand the rest. Okay, this is a rough pen and ink over the pencil. It's quite messy right now because the pencil smears all over the place. But once I clean this up and apply the watercolor, it's going to come together. So taking a short break, and I will be right back. Just cleaning up some of the excess pencil. Even if I did use a harder pencil, it seems to be smearing a lot, maybe because of the texture on the paper. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the wash on my paper. going to use a flat 1-inch brush and just do a very light Okay, now I am going to start with the buildings. Kind of a bluish gray color. Actually, pretty much a lot of this image here is like bluish and grayish tones. Now, since the people in the foreground are so tiny, I'm just going to use, instead of using a brush, I'm going to use a pen brush, this guy, so I can modulate it between thin and thick. Okay, back from a short break. Just going to do some detailing on, and maybe I'll just freehand this. Now this is my favorite Uniball Signature pen, and it does great highlights. It may clog once in a while, but all you have to do is wipe the tip with some tissue paper and it will be fine. Okay, I'm going to call this little urban landscape finished. Just my little tribute to Bryant Park, one of my favorite parks in the city. So this is my test for the Baohong paper. I would say it's about average performance. It's 100% cotton. But there are other papers that compete, you know, like Strathmore and Fabriano. But the selling point of this paper is it's much cheaper and you get more for your dollar. So anyway, this is my review for the Baohong 100% cotton paper. And at the same time, I'm able to do a demo of Cityscape. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Please share with your friends, and I hope to see you next time.